First, a bit of science, the Fermi Paradox. There are so many stars, and a ton of planets with Earth-like characteristics. Logically, alien civilizations should be everywhere. We haven't received any calls from alien civilizations or discovered any alien visitors. Even NASA's official statement is that, to date, no life has been found outside of Earth. Nor has any conclusive evidence of intelligent alien life visiting Earth been found. Setting aside the rumors and speculation, we can't see, hear, or touch a single alien. Why is that? And for the Fermi Paradox, the most mainstream and representative explanations are twofold. The first is called the Great Filter explanation. The idea is that the universe might not be short on life, but most civilizations die halfway. They never make it to the say hello stage. You can imagine the universe as a brutal marathon. The starting point is the birth of life. The finish line is becoming an advanced star-faring civilization. But the path is full of pitfalls, such as climate runaway, asteroid impacts, nuclear war, AI rebellion, plagues, resource depletion, societal collapse, etc., etc. The vast majority of civilizations are eliminated before they've even run a few kilometers. They might self-destruct in a nuclear explosion, or be overthrown by the machines they created, or be exhausted in endless energy conflicts. The Great Filter is like an invisible net hanging over all civilizations. Few, if any, can pass through it. Perhaps whenever a planet gives rise to intelligent life, the clock starts ticking. Can they survive the civilization they built? That is the question. So those alien signals you haven't heard yet, maybe it's not that no one sent them, but that the senders vanished long ago. The signal drifts through space for millions of years. By the time it reaches our years, that civilization may have long turned to dust. The silence of the universe may just be the last echo of countless dying civilizations. But what's even more chilling is another phrase. The explosion of artificial intelligence, the approach of climate crisis, the proliferation of nuclear weapons, all could be the red light before that threshold. So the conclusion might be, the universe isn't empty, it's just that no one from any planet has lived long enough to let others hear their story. The second explanation is called the dark forest theory. Some also call it the zoo hypothesis. This line of thought seems temperate, that is, the universe is too dangerous. Whoever exposes themselves dies first. Imagine, the entire universe is like a pitch-dark, moonless primeval forest. Countless civilizations are hidden in this darkness, each one a hunter armed with a weapon. They don't know who else is in the forest, nor the others' intentions, nor do they know if they are stronger than the others. So everyone holds their breath, hiding themselves carefully. Because in this forest, whoever makes a sound becomes the torch. In this logic, it seems extremely high profile. We constantly broadcast radio signals into space, satellite images, DNA information, and even etch human photos, music, and Earth's coordinates onto metal plates and send them into space. This is like you, in a pitch-black forest, lighting a bonfire and shouting, "I'm here!" But you don't know who will hear you, and you don't know what kind of weapons they're holding. They don't send signals, don't respond, don't interfere. They might be right behind the interstellar dust, silently watching us. Just like humans watching gorillas in a zoo through glass. Perhaps they are recording our behavior, collecting our data, watching how we develop technology, how we fight, how we kill each other. They might be assessing whether this species called Earthling is qualified for contact. Or perhaps they have no interest in contact at all, just watching from afar as calmly as a scientist observing a lab sample. Rational, unfeeling. This is the most terrifying part of the dark forest theory. The universe is not empty, it is ruled by silence. So when we look up at the stars, perhaps the real question isn't why is no one answering, but have they chosen not to answer? The scientist Hawking, before his death, strongly opposed contact with aliens. He wasn't against exploring space, but against actively revealing ourselves. But those civilizations that can cross the stars, find us, and even reach Earth must have already mastered technology far beyond human reach, such as energy control, spatial jumps, quantum communication. In other words, they are not alien visitors, but interstellar predators or overlords. Since they can traverse hundreds of years of distance to reach Earth, it inherently means that in energy, aerospace, life science, and weaponry, they are far superior to humanity. This disparity is like a modern army crushing a medieval tribe with cold weapons. What Hawking worried about was, in the face of this overwhelming disparity, gamble that these long-distance visitors are benevolent. This is like an unarmed person in a forest meeting a squad armed with rifles. He has to comfort himself. Maybe they just want to chat. Hawking's logic is calm and realistic. If aliens truly want to help us, they can find us even if we don't actively expose ourselves. But if they are a predatory civilization and we actively send signals, publish our coordinates, it's like putting up a giant billboard in space that says, "Welcome to Earth for hunting." Hawking even gave an example. When Columbus landed in the Americas, for the native civilizations, it was first contact and the doom of their civilization. The natives might have been curious at first, but the final result was colonization, enslavement, and annihilation. Hawking wasn't pessimistic, but strategically sober. He believed humanity is still too young and fragile in the universe. We shouldn't rashly knock on the universe's door. Wait until we have strong enough technology, planetary defenses, and control over energy. Then, responding to alien signals and negotiating peace will be done from a position of strength. Recently, science has made a huge discovery. On a planet about 124 light-years from Earth, K21b, they detected dimethyl sulfide gas. On Earth, this gas is almost exclusively produced by life, such as phytoplankton and bacteria. Even more shocking, the concentration of this gas on K21b is 1,000 times higher than on Earth. What does this mean? It means if this planet really has life, it might not be MAME, but a vibrant ocean planet. The activity of life would be much more intense than on Earth. Scientists also simulated that planet's environment. The results are even more chilling. Its atmosphere is mainly hydrogen, and the ocean is tens of kilometers deep. K21's mass is about 9 times that of Earth. Gravity is also 9 times that of Earth. The pressure is twice that of the deepest Mariana Trench. Imagine the creatures that evolved in this environment. If they came to Earth, what would that be like? The answer is, life evolved in this purgatory environment would be a context-level dimensionality strike against us. They can withstand 2,400 times the atmospheric pressure, swimming in the deep sea. But we humans can't even reach their ocean surface. These advanced life forms are used to living under 9 times gravity. In order to survive, their bones might be as hard as steel. Their muscle strength could be tens or even hundreds of times that of humans. And if these alien beings came to Earth, it'd be like suddenly shedding tons of weight. Effortlessly, they would become supermen in our eyes. What exaggerated would that be? They might jump several stories high with a single leg lift, run as fast as a bullet. Their bones are as hard as titanium alloy, muscles as tight as steel cables. Boulders humans can't move. Their vision might pierce the night, seeing infrared heat sources directly. Their hearing might catch a heartbeat from kilometers away. In their eyes, it might just be a ridiculous toy. If this kind of life form really lands on Earth, they don't need to declare war. They don't need weapons. They just need to take one step closer, and all of human civilization would instinctively take a step back. K21b is 124 light-years away, which means the image we see now is actually how it looked 124 years ago. If the civilization there had already discovered Earth 100 years ago, let's hope they aren't already on their way to Earth. So the conclusion is, from a probabilistic view, the universe is vast, conditions are variable. We are likely not alone. The probability of alien life existing is extremely high. But the evidence of intelligent alien civilizations visiting Earth or actively interacting with us is extremely weak. Most scientists lean towards the hypothesis that they are out there, but it's very likely they are only observing from a distance, unwilling to interfere with Earth's affairs.